What if I told you that a simple gift for a mom's birthday sparked $1 million empire? Yeah, you read that right. What started with a $300 embroidery machine and a heartwarming gift for a mother's 50th birthday quickly turned into a multi-million-dollar business in just under a year. Crazy, right? Stick around as I break down how one viral TikTok, zero ad spend, and a ton of hustle led to over $1 million in sales, all before the end of the first year. And trust me, it's a lot less about luck than you think. Welcome to another episode of Revenue's Rebellion, where we dig deep into the real stories behind the businesses that are crushing it. I'm Lex Ravina, and today we're diving into the remarkable journey of Soulmate Customs, a business that skyrocketed from a small, emotional gift to a seven-figure empire in less than 12 months. In this video, we'll talk about the exact steps that led to this level of success, including how they went viral, built a community, and turned followers into paying customers. We'll explore the lessons learned along the way, including the biggest mistakes and the strategies that worked. You're not going to want to miss this. So grab your hoodie and let's break this down. It all started with a daughter looking for a unique gift for her mom's 50th birthday. When the typical gift ideas, flowers, t-shirts with cheesy sayings, and candles, didn't feel right, she decided to take matters into her own hands. She wanted something that would make her mom feel deeply loved and appreciated. She thought, what if I could turn a personal moment into something physical, something unique? So she took a photo of herself with her mom, outlined it on her iPad, and created a custom design. From there, she transferred it to a $300 embroidery machine and turned it into a sweatshirt. The first version was imperfect, but her mom's reaction, bursting into tears and calling it the most special gift she'd ever received, was everything. Don't just think of your product as something to sell. Think of it as an experience. Whether it's something deeply personal or a problem you've personally encountered, the best ideas often come from our own lives. Find a unique, heartfelt angle to connect with your audience. If your product tells a meaningful story, you've already won half the battle. After gifting the sweatshirt to her mom, she decided to share the moment on TikTok. It wasn't about the product, it was about the moment. She filmed the unboxing, showing her mom's emotional reaction, and posted it to TikTok, not thinking much of it. The video quickly went viral, and the orders started flooding in. Her first viral TikTok got thousands of likes, comments, and shares. The genuine emotion in the video resonated with so many people, others who also wanted to give their loved ones something truly unique and meaningful. People weren't just commenting on the sweatshirt, they were commenting on the story behind it, the connection between mother and daughter. The content that performs the best is often the least polished and the most authentic. People crave connection and realness. Focus on storytelling over perfect video production. Show the real moments, even the mistakes and behind-the-scenes struggles. Authenticity resonates, especially on platforms like TikTok. Once the TikTok video went viral, the demand exploded. What started with a single $300 embroidery machine and a handful of orders quickly turned into a full-fledged business. In their first 30 days, they made over $100,000. The problem? They were struggling to keep up with the orders. At one point, the founder was considering shutting down the shop. There was no way they could fulfill all the orders with just one machine and a cramped apartment. But her mom wasn't having it. She looked her daughter in the eyes and said, "This is what we've been waiting for. We'll figure it out. We're not stopping now." They moved from one small office to another and then another, growing as fast as they could. The rapid growth meant hiring quickly, upgrading equipment, and figuring out how to manage a constantly growing number of orders. It was overwhelming, but they didn't give up. When you're scaling quickly, don't be afraid to reinvent your systems as you go. It's better to take imperfect action than to wait for things to be perfect. Keep an eye on what's working and adjust as you grow. It's all about adaptability. Also, when it comes to scaling, don't just think about growing sales. Think about growing your team, tools, and systems to handle that growth. As the business grew, the focus shifted from just selling products to building a community around the brand. Soulmate Customs wasn't just about custom designs. It was about creating a place where people could share their personal stories. Every product had meaning. Every customer had a story. They started encouraging customers to share videos of their unboxing experiences, which they reposted on their social media. These customer-generated videos became an essential part of their marketing. They didn't just want customers, they wanted brand advocates, people who would proudly show off their personalized items to their own followers. It worked. The brand became synonymous with love, connection, and personalization. Build your brand around a community, not just a transaction. Encourage user-generated content, and be sure to engage with your followers. Respond to comments, share their posts, and make them feel like a part of your brand. The stronger the community, the stronger the brand. One of the biggest reasons Soulmate Customs hit $1 million in sales within the first year was their relentless focus on reinvesting in the business. They didn't splurge on fancy cars or vacations. They took every dollar they earned and poured it back into the business. More embroidery machines, bigger offices, hiring more staff, expanding their product range. They also invested heavily in learning. They didn't pretend to have it all figured out. They studied what worked, what didn't, and constantly adapted their strategy. This commitment to growth, both personal and business, was a key factor in their rapid success. Successful businesses are built on continuous learning and reinvestment. When you start making money, don't get caught up in spending on luxury items. Put your profits back into growing the business and invest in you, your knowledge, skills, and leadership. Keep learning from others, whether through mentorship, books, or courses. As with any fast-growing business, there were some missteps along the way. One of the most costly mistakes? Ordering too much inventory without knowing what would sell. In the beginning, they played the guessing game and ordered large quantities of products only to be stuck with unsold stock. The lesson here? Data-driven decisions are key to managing inventory. You need to track your sales patterns and be conservative with orders, especially when you're just starting out. Don't guess, test. Order small batches, monitor what sells, and then adjust your orders accordingly. Data is your friend. If something's not selling, don't be afraid to cut your losses early and pivot. Here's the bottom line. You don't need a huge budget, a perfect product, or even perfect timing. What you need is passion, consistency, and a willingness to experiment. Soulmate Customs didn't start with a fortune or a perfect plan. They started with a simple, heartfelt idea and worked their butts off. Here's your roadmap. Start with a unique, personal product. Find something that resonates with your audience and tells a meaningful story. Create authentic, engaging content. Focus on building a story and community around your brand. Use platforms like TikTok to share the real moments, not just the sales pitch. Reinvest in your business. Every dollar you make should go back into scaling. Invest in your tools, team, and marketing. Build a community. Focus on creating long-term relationships with your customers, not just one-time sales. The best businesses are built on real connections and a clear vision. Focus on solving problems for your audience and making their lives better. The revenue will follow. So are you ready to turn your passion into $1 million business? Drop a comment below if you're inspired by this story, and let's chat about how you can take the first steps toward building your own empire. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-world business lessons. And remember, it's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about taking action right now. Thanks for watching. Keep hustling, keep creating, and always keep building. Catch you in the next one.